Hello and welcome back to Rollercoaster Tycoon, where we are looking at our next project, and that is indeed these two coasters. Last time we basically got ourselves this section of the park opened up for us, and we have like a little bit less than a year to fill up a little bit more than half of it, so I think we'll be good. But we're not gonna break trend with how we were currently doing, because you might have noticed that as it stands as of yet, we are winning the park. I mean, that's all I can say about it. We are actually winning the park. So I want to keep stuff like that. So to that end, we're not gonna change tactics or playstyle or anything. So yeah, what we need to do is finish these coasters here. And I've had a thought in between recording about how exactly I want to do it, and I kind of know how we're gonna do it. So this one over here is gonna drop down into the underground, and that will be the cheaper one, so that's the one that will start. So let's get that done like straight away, right? I mean, when I said start, I wasn't lying about any of it. So now I believe that if we take a look at it in like this view, in theory, once we get to height 4, I had not taken into account this curved track here. Right. Let's throwing a spanner in the works. So there goes all the planning, you know. I had kind of overlooked this track. Now there's two things we can do about it. What I had in mind before I noticed this was to basically get up here again and then see that we drop down here. Not entirely sure if we can do that, because if we drop down, we'll basically be above this track, because I believe this track is like over here. Yeah, you can see that where we line our tracks up, you know, that we're basically above there, so it's a bit of a bummer. But if we go to height 4 and we resurface and then go up again and then drop down again and then basically get up again, drop down, and then just do a bit more of dropping down. I want this one to go a lot in the underground. So I think what we should do to achieve that, raise all over the land. Okay, we can do that. Right, so now that we have officially come out of the woodworks here, we have a lift. Yeah, let us lift it up to like height 12 or 13 or something. So something like this. Okay. Nice. Well, that's not possible. Let's go one higher so we don't have the issue. Because what I want is like at least one steep drop piece. Now, what I also want next is like, I want this coaster basically to go into the underground, like, if at all possible, maybe have like a steep drop here, because this is like on the good side of this this station. And there also is not an underground track all the way up till here. So we are basically able to get down, get up, and then at height, let me have a proper look at it, at height 10, we're able to get away. And basically do like the, you know, dropping and then getting up, dropping. So that's kind of the plan for this. Now, in order for us to do this drop, we probably want to get up one. And also, we need to line ourselves up, which means that we basically, I think a helix up small. Does that line ourselves up proper? It's a bit hard to see, but it seems that it doesn't. This does not line us up proper. So basically, I guess what it comes down to is that we need an S-bend to the right. Then do the helix up small, which means we'll have to remove you. And this seems to line us up proper. And then we basically delay that whole thing that we are doing by 1. Look. And now what we can do is do an on-ride photo section, which is like one of the cheesy tactics that we employed on the other coaster as well. But it's effective, you know, and I like. It's all about effectivity. It's not about beauty or any of the sorts. So what do we run into right now? The roller coaster is in the way. I thought that would not be the case. Yeah, we're getting... we are resurfacing like way too late, I believe. What we need to do is basically get ourselves up here and then try and... Does this mean that we actually need to shoot like through this hoop? Because there's no way that's gonna happen. Well, actually I'm saying that. There's like a 2-tile gap here, just like we have here, basically. Yeah, there is a 2-tile gap. Right. Let's redo this for a moment, shall we? So, in theory, right now I can't even see where we're building exactly. Yeah, then it's gonna complain that the roller coaster is in the way. Okay, so this isn't gonna work, guys. I just now realized this isn't gonna work out. What we need to do is we need to make sure that we stay at height 6. Which is also doable, but requires a different type of lift. Yeah, what else? Like something like this. And then from here, let's basically let's do an S-bend. This side. Now let me see. If I want to have this do the resurfacing, ideally I'd have that happen on like the park border, which means something like this. Ooh, look what we got, by the way, guys. We got bumper cars. Those are pretty okay, actually. Now, if I were to... Okay, that's not gonna happen. So, then it means... No, that's one too many. Okay, that's a bit boring, isn't it? I think this is the better solution. And just to make sure that we actually make it, we shall lift it, you know? Just to make sure that we'll make it. Now, we only come from height 14, so it's not like we have the greatest pace ever, you know, but at least we've made our way through. Now, there's two ways we can do, or we lift it up just a little bit higher once more to say like, I don't know, height 16 or something, and then have a drop. Or we just have it not go all that quick. And I must admit that I like the idea of not going all that quick quite a lot. Great, I just screwed it up. We're wasting money here right now, like big time. Alright, and then down to height 1. And then up again. And then let's go a little bit higher to like this height. And then down again. Yeah, so far it's looking good. I kind of like what we're doing here with the track. No. Wait, what? Ooh, Flameon hasn't been fixed. Where's our mechanics? Where is our mechanics? Oh my good lord, look at all of them. Look at all of them. And where are you? You are pretty much where the Flameon. That's like this. What ride was that again? That's the spiral slide. Yeah, you are on the wrong exit, basically. That's what it comes down to. Okay, I guess so. It's not that important, but still. Anyway, back to the coaster that we're building. Because I feel like once we go down, we'll basically do like a helix, loop it around it in a different place. And then try and see that we get it back. It's also like money, you know, starts to become more and more of an issue. So, yeah, I know the Flameon hasn't been fixed, game. What? We're getting 2 of these right now? That's bad. The undercut. That's that ship. Now, heading for the undercut. Where are you? You are... the undercut has the exit shared all the way over there, so you should... Yeah, this whole shared exit thing, it's starting to give pathing issues. I'm not a huge fan of that, you know? If this starts to become like a trend, then we might have to do something about it, you know? Maybe like assign a few mechanics. We'll see how it goes, first of all. So now let us do a helix up large, and then a helix up small, and then up, and then something like helix down, up small once more, and then actually we should do like a helix up large, because that will actually that will make it so that we have the... Oh no, hold on a second. We cannot do that, so therefore we shall do it like this. Because else we would go like outside of the park borders, basically. And you know, I mean, we can do quite a lot, but not that. Now. Okay, let me see exactly, because we're currently on like this line here. This is like 2 tiles off from the station, and I don't really want issues with it. So let us do like a helix down, and then line ourselves up with the station like that, you know? think that's the best way to go about this. That means like a helix down large and the helix down small. And that basically moves us over like 2. And also gives us nice opportunities to think about how we're gonna get this thing back to the station. Because basically what we're doing is we're doing just the up and down Z, which is good. But like, for example, right now, you can't really go anywhere. Though, having said that, where would we need to go when we have connected this whole coaster up just like now? We have like a few helixes, we have a few ups and downs. Is it gonna be good though? That's the question. There's plenty of going into the underground. I'm not entirely sure if there's like a cap on the effectiveness of underground sections. If there is, we will find it, and we will find it like right now. Also, I just have the feeling that this area here is too dirty. How are we on income? We're doing pretty good on income. Maybe what we should do is spend, I don't know, I mean, I have the feel, you know, I look at our cash and I'm thinking like spend the cash on more stuff. And then I look at the amount of money that we have and I'm like, is that the best thing to do with that many more coasters to build? We got the bumper cars. Oh, nice. That's definitely the next thing that we're gonna build. You know, the rest of the park is pretty clean. So, I don't know. We also haven't really had the mechanics issue anymore, so I don't know. We'll see. For the time being, though, what we need to do is we need to connect up like this bit of the park here. So let us get that sorted, and then this requires its own handy dude because these are coasters that we're talking about. Nice, that covers everything. And let's also get like a new mechanic for this. Let's just have like a loose walking mechanic. But what we are gonna do is we're basically gonna hook this up. So this can be gone. Nice, even more money. Oh, and by the way, game, you know, whilst that's happening, you know, whilst I'm hooking this up, yeah, you guys can watch the test ride quickly for me. Now, this does mean, like, we need a new handy dude, and we also need, like, another batch of shops and stalls and all that jazz. So, we'll get that. Also, you, whilst you're at it, also take that part. Because I noticed there's a little bit of dirt here, and I don't think the handy dude who has, like, this area comes here all that often. So, basically, we're saying, okay, you got some extra stuff to patrol. There, nice. Alright. What did I just do? I want this tested. I don't want gas going on it. Did I accidentally open it? How stupid. I am stupid, as somebody who once drove into a wall once said. I am stupid. Oh yeah, famous quote, you know. If you say that on like the radio, you know, on like a board radio, yeah, then you are basically, because that's all that you will be remembered for, basically. So, you know, that makes it all the more stupid, basically. Now, let's see. You will be like that. We'll also have hamburgers. We will have ice cream. We'll have exotic seafood and lemonade. We will not have exotic seafood. Maybe pizzas we will have. And also lemonade. I mean, you know what, we'll also do swag. So, we'll have lemonade. Or, you know what, let's have this. Because this is new. And we'll do like 2 swags. So we'll go with a hat. And then, coloring. Of course, you know, this will be ice colored. Most of our heads are actually ice colored, but I'm cool with that, you know. And then also with the souvenirs. Go. These will be the regular blue. Nice. Right, now this should have the ratings. It's actually rather quick, you know. I'm quite surprised by that. It's not that high that we went. It has drops, it has speed. It's not that fast. I mean, well, actually, average speed is 27. Yeah, okay, it's not fast. We can safely say that it's not fast. Anyway, we won't be charging too much for it. Oh, but man, did we waste some time building it. Oh, wow. So now that we have at least the ratings, soon, TM, you can be opened up. Why don't we call this more... More Moria. No. Let's do that different. More Moria. Thou shall not pass. Right? Yeah, you are right. Wait, do we have vomit like on the queue? Say what now? Vomit on the queue? Oh, that's bad. That's like real bad. Let's get that cleaned. I don't want vomit on the queues. There. Take it away, handy dudes. Anyway, what we need to do is, as well, is get this show colored. Because it's all nice, you know, having this more Moria. We need some proper paint jobs here. Black supports is cool, because it interferes. But maybe we can change this up to be like this. And then also have like dark red tracks. Yeah, they look good. And this also gives like a good tint. So, and of course these need to be this, because this is just the best color scheme out there for any train, yeah. This makes them look insanely cool, and it matches the other trains. So, yep, that's it. Also, you know, just out of curiosity, it's I wouldn't say that it's great, but you know, it's not bad. Could have been worse. Now, let's get the bumper cars in here, right? I think that the bumper cars needs to be, oh, and also suspended single rail. That can be done pretty okay, I guess. We'll have one more shop install, and then we'll go back to another gentle ride. Let's see, bumper cars, where are you? There. We'll have the bumper cars be over here. So it needs to be in this place, basically. Yeah, that's where we want it. No, there. And then we'll go with the queue like here. And then the exit path there. Alright. Now this is also gonna give us a boom boom music. But you know what? I'm cool with that. We'll have... it's not only visual noise that we have in this park. We'll also go with audio noise, you know, musical noise. So, why don't we call this? Yeah. Maybe we could call this noise speaker. No. Why don't we? How is the line? You know, like audio is like in a wave, and that has like a name. You know, the line that makes up the audio waves. I don't know. Why don't we call this bass bump? Bass bump, pitch peak. Bass bump and pitch peak. Hold on. I did forgot something. Wow, you could instantly hear it. We need the fancy end sign there. Bass bump and pitch peak. Also, this isn't really set up for anything. So now if we go with like a 3-minute max time, then we can't really have such a big queue line. But we're gonna do that anyway, you know, and maybe we should get like an entertainer. I feel like that is not the worst idea, really. Let's see. How many entertainers do we have? Only 3. Where are they needed most? I mean, I know about the Designer D and Spirale du Mort. Wow. Okay, so there is not an entertainer there. We need a new entertainer right here because this queue is insane. That's what you get when you make it free. I'm aware of this, but entertainer, entertain. And entertain like right here at this bit, because wow. When you make it free, it goes bonkers. Anyway, bass bump and pitch peak. Shall we color this a bit different? No, I want this to be like this, and then I believe that if we go yellow like that, but maybe, or was it this one? Yeah, this makes it look like really good. And the golden signs here, yeah, this looks good. Let's go with all in the same colors. Or you know what? We can do different colors and then only do like car 7 be like red and orange. And then car 8 be red and orange. So we have like, you can basically be like on one of 2 teams. I think that's pretty cool. I'm not entirely sure if like real life bumper cars are like that, because to be honest, you know, last time we had a fair in my city that I actually went to. I mean, we have it every year, but last time I went to one, might have been like 10 years ago, if not more. So there you have it. Also, we need them to be the same color. Besides, you know, in my little town, it always ended up fighting, you know, later on in the evening. So that's why I wasn't really that interested. Anyway, yeah, this looks good. Now, as for like the other thing, how good will this coaster be? That's the big question. We don't have money to instantly start construction on the next one. Let's see what else we can build here. Now, obviously, pretty much all of the rides we have already a version of. We only have one tower. Shall we do like another tower here as like another thrill ride? It's doable. It's also like an object that the other coaster can go around. That might make it a bit cool, you know. And maybe have that like, if we build like the tower, say like over here, like adjacent to the bumper cars, we can then queue it up here, exit there. Seems like a smart move, if you ask me. And with that, it might also not be such a bad idea to start assigning like a mechanic for this area here. There. Pretty sure that you got everything covered, and that will mean that you will basically inspect and repair all these rides, I believe. Because if an exit is assigned and the mechanic is closed, I believe the chances are pretty big that he will also get the job assigned. At least I hope that it works like that. There is absolutely no proof on my part that that's the case. Anyway, entrance, exit, done and done. Something like that. With something like that. Let us first test this, and I want this to go at max speed. I'm pretty sure that if we do this, that it needs to go up even higher. What if we go to max height? My goodness. Maybe 136? We can have this go just a little bit higher. Seems pretty good to me, but wow. Oh my good lord, this is rather insane. It's much more insane than this tower, which, I mean, how fast does it go again? 96. So this one goes like twice as fast. This is for the guest with like balls of steel, right? Oh my goodness. There. And we get the suspended single rail coaster. Oh, that's good. We have shop installs next. So I mean, I'm a bit worried about what the ratings are gonna be. 140. Do we get? We don't get any G's, no, do we? No, we don't. Look, this is not bad. This is a 7, and that is without any synchronization. Now the other coaster, on the other hand, well, because we don't really do much curvature, it's only we know basically where the down parts are. I think the other mine train coaster we will build in our traditional style with a bit more curving about. It will probably also be like the better of the two coasters, but oh my. Fix this, mechanics. Or handy dudes, fix that. It's dirty. I don't like dirtiness. Fix it, please. Right. Yeah, I don't feel like we can build the other coaster just yet. So 2 is good, 10 minutes is good. Let's see. What if we build, or if we named it? What if we built this? What am I saying? What if we name this balls of steel, of iron? I mean, it's a bit of a lame name, don't you think? Maybe we call this. I mean, with 140, you know, from like nothing to 140, I believe is comparable to having like a crash to a wall. You know, because it's the opposite way. Instead of decelerating, you're accelerating, but with the same type of G. So basically, you're hitting a wall with 130 kilometers an hour. That's the G-forces that the gas have to endure. Why don't we call this the bowel mover? Because that's basically what it does. I think that, you know, after you visited this tower, you know, and you get launched up like that, basically you see your intestines in your pants. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure of it. Now also, because I'm pretty sure that we won't be able to do much there, let us get this out there, you know, just to make it look nice. As for like the colors of this, let's have red splattering on the ground. There. Let's also have the thingy here be like this with a blood clot on it. And then this basically is gonna be like, yeah, we can do this. Yeah, at least it's different colored, but this is basically like the blood clot that the guests leave behind. Because their bowels have been removed from their pixel bodies. Oh man, this is just straight up torture, is what it is. And I love it. Oh yeah, do I love it. That's also a thing that can happen. Nice, okay, so now that we have this in place, what are we gonna build next? I mean, there's not much that we can build in terms of like gentle rides that we haven't at least already built twice. Because everything has been built twice. Maybe what we can do is do like a suspended monorail. And just have it follow the path. So we have like the station above the path. If we do that over here, we can basically have the shared exit also be in place. And then we can also connect it up over here, which is kind of what I want anyway. Shall we do that? Let's do that. Let's see if we can get that to work. I don't know if that will be any good or we'll see. So, okay. I guess there is a tree in the way then, huh? And there is another tree. Which is you. So if I were to say I want station platform, it's actually a 3 high ride as well. I don't really realize that. Now, I mean, we're starting this, but I haven't even really checked whether or not it's possible in terms of like track layout. We're at height 8. Height 11 should be doable. Height 11 doable. Might have to make like a small S-bend here because of issues with existing tracks. And for the rest, we're basically clean. We can do this if we want to. Yeah. I mean, how does this turn out in terms of 3 trains suspended? That's good. I mean, to be fair, I don't really see any objections to doing this. So, let us get this sorted. I want the entrance to be here. The exits to be there. And basically we're gonna connect that up like up till there. So, because I feel like that would be the the clever thing to do. Yeah, let's see. Is this like smartly placed? It is not. Let's have the exit be like over here instead. And we'll first hook those up so that we don't have to worry about those any further. Look. No need to remove any of them trees. Nice. And then we'll basically do something similar here with like this design. Yeah, I like this. Right, now what we need to do is just get this going. Yeah, this might be more tricky than I first thought, because I have stuff in the corners. So we need an S-bend like a bit sooner, just so that we're able to make it around the corners. Also, I don't know why it's cut off odd like that, but it does look odd. Now, can we do an S-bend here? That's possible. I mean, so far so good, right? It's not really the most exciting ride, but it looks cool, you know, just following around the path. So it will also be cheap because of it. Okay, so the log flume is in the way. If we do an S-bend, will it then be possible? No, because the roller coaster is in the way. How is that in the way? Oh, it is actually, because it's like one lower. Oh, no. Okay, because of that, and then an S-bend. Right, and then an S-bend back. Oh, nice. Okay, so that works out just fine. And then, basically, this can happen. Right, admittedly, this goes much smoother than I had anticipated. Now with an S-bend to the right, we're basically back to the station. Nice, okay. That's not bad. We can check how the operating costs are on this one. And see that we might want to change like $2. I mean, it's not gonna be the greatest, but I think that the $1 is a little bit not enough, you know, not covering it. Now, you, handy dude, just take that area. And then there is you, just take that area. And done, got it all covered. Monorail 1 is operational. Oh man, we're ticking off all the boxes here. As for like our money situation, this has not improved it. So there's more that we need to do. But I rather like it, you know, having like this nice and gentle ride here. This will help the guests relax a little bit. So. And you know what we might even do is connect this up here for pathing issues. But we'll see about that. Let's give this like a quick name. Why don't we call this the Zenmeister? Because that's what you get here, you know. Basically, you just have a tour, and you know, all your auras align, and the stars and the moon are in like one place, and it's all good and yeah, basically, you know, that jazz. Let's go with like this dark orange. That looks good. And then white supports. No. That's what we'll not do. Maybe like red supports. Yeah, we don't really have that, and they don't look too bad. So I'll go with that. And the yellow cars, let's go with green cars, but not the bright green, but maybe like this green. And then maybe like that. Yeah, that looks good. Right, and then the Zenmeister is also a fact. And guys, I'm looking at our guest count, and I just see that we're racking it up and we're racking it up. This is looking good. All we need is just a little bit more money, and we can construct this second coaster here, which will also have a few more underground sections, but it will also be a little bit more above ground. So, and then we can just start filling this area up. And if I'm honest, you know, I think what will end up happening is that we're gonna see like third versions of rides, because I just don't have stuff to build, you know, and it's only gonna be tracked stuff elsewise, and I don't really like that. We'll add more tracked stuff, but I want these slam down rides in there too, because they are integral to what makes a good park, and a good park is what we have, and we're gonna improve it even further next time when we play more Rollercoaster Tycoon.